The TalkSport Fan Network.
The ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
Welcome back to Up the Cherries in all departments, and it's been a busy couple of days in football sense, and there is an important topic that I wanted to cover and give my honest opinion on here. Now, before we get stuck into this video, here's a little bit about our sponsors, Dental on the Banks. To find out more about them, visit dentalonthebanks.co.uk. Now, the subject, as you will see, is with regards to David Coote, the referee who has been featured in 2 videos, and if rumours are to be believed on X, now you can take those with a pinch of salt, there could be more videos coming out. Now, this kind of makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable, these videos coming out, and I'll explain why. Firstly, can David Coote keep his job with the PGMOL? Honestly, hand on heart, no. Now, the main reason behind that is because of what he said in that first video. Now, what makes me uncomfortable is that this person, who obviously David Coote has trusted, has then released a video. Now, it does appear and it does look, and again, I have to say allegedly throughout this, because a lot of what I am saying, nobody really knows the actual answers or the truth of what has gone on. But allegedly, it looks as if David Coote is a little bit intoxicated when he is making these claims. Now, he does refer to Liverpool and Jürgen Klopp. He does make some quite nasty comments about Jürgen Klopp, which effectively you could turn around and say, and of course he says the C word, which is a disgusting word in itself, and shouldn't be used. Yes, I know that people use it on a day-to-day basis, but at the end of the day, he's actually directing it at Jürgen Klopp, and has also, to make it even worse, added Jürgen Klopp's nationality. Of course, Jürgen Klopp is German, added that into there as well, which, let's be fair, this could be seen as, a bit of a racist comment, because effectively it is something that Jürgen Klopp, is kind of pointing at something. If David Coote turned around in this video and said, "Look, I don't like Jürgen Klopp, I can't stand the man," it would be a case of, right, okay, he is entitled to his opinion. Probably not best to put it on videos as a referee. And as a referee, he has to make sure that, and the PGMOL have to make sure that they are protecting the integrity of the game. But it's that added bit with regards to nationality and also the swear word as well. He does refer to an incident as well between Liverpool and Burnley and a game that he's refereed. Um, there is no way back really for David Coote from this. And I think, he is rightly, and everybody is rightly criticizing, what he's come out with, because it is very naive, very silly. Now, if he had turned around and said to his partner or his friends, not in front of a camera, I can't stand Jürgen Klopp, I think he's this, I think he's that, and that wasn't being filmed, he should have that opinion. But as a referee, once that's recorded, it takes it onto a whole new level. Imagine, and this is something I've said before, it's like being a police officer. Now, a police officer has a duty of care to make sure that they uphold the law. Likewise, a referee has a duty of care to make sure that he upholds the integrity of a game of football. And by that, it means even if David Coote doesn't like Liverpool or doesn't like Nottingham Forest or doesn't like, Bournemouth or Wolves or whoever, you name it, Everton, even if he doesn't like a certain club, if he sees that, a decision is right to give a free kick or a penalty to that club, then it is his integrity to do that. Now, we all know that, football referees aren't allowed to referee the teams that they support. So I wouldn't be able to referee a Bournemouth game, for example. Mark Housey, for example, can't referee QPR games because they are fans of that club. But from speaking with somebody like Mark, he wouldn't go and think, well, this might have a positive effect for QPR, or if I give this decision, or give this decision, or give this decision. This is the big problem now, is that this has come out, and rightly or wrongly, I feel that this person whoever has done it is no friend to David Coote. He's no friend to the man, who he's kind of thrown under the bus by releasing these videos. And the thing is if he was to give a penalty to Manchester City and it was between Liverpool and Manchester City, it will be looked upon, even if that decision is correct. If Manchester City was to win the title, it would be looked upon that he has had an influencing decision on that game, on that title race. And again, you can't, I know that there is, and people are going to put in the comments that there is police officers that aren't, um, aren't aren't clear. There's dodgy police officers. Yeah, there is. Let's be fair. You know, I'm not tarnishing everybody with the same brush, but there probably is. Likewise, there is referees like that, but once they are found out, they have to be removed from their line of duty. And unfortunately for David Coote, regardless of if he means it or not, that is now out in the public, and he's naive that he allowed that person to video record him, especially, that person's no friend of David Coote, and I feel that that is, you know, the Liverpool part, him turning round and saying that, Liverpool and how he doesn't like Liverpool and doesn't, like the football club, that is, immaterial compared to the other things he said in that video, directed at Jürgen Klopp, directed at the people of Liverpool. He does mention Scousers. He says he quite likes James Milner, but, by the by, it's still something that he shouldn't be coming out with. So he should lose his position. Now, there is a second video that has come out, and this is during the Euros last year, earlier on this year, I should say. So Euro 2024. After the game between Germany and Spain, I believe. This is, again, rumours and things that have been mentioned. I can't verify, it's allegedly, but there is a white powder on a table in a shape of a line, which then he proceeds to put up his nose. Now, who knows what that white powder is? It could well be Daz. It could well be flour. It could well be something else that is quite well known to be linked to Colombia. You know, what else do you want me to call it? I'm not saying the word on here. I'm not saying what, because again, nobody knows, but that has been filmed. And David Coote, again, is very, very naive in actually allowing that to be filmed. Um, you know, it does seem like on the first video he's intoxicated. This could well be a former friend who he's had nights out with and laughs, and it's all gone sour. I think he needs to pick his friends a little bit more closely, and more sensibly, to be perfectly honest, based on this. But when you look at and the integrity, there is absolutely no way back from this. Now, of course, there is other referees in the past that have done bad. Bobby Magley is one of them, who of course made some very, very nasty comments, to be perfectly honest, and was rightly removed. And I think David Coote's career as a top flight referee, or a referee in this country alone, is probably over. I'm not getting into a conversation whether or not I like him as a referee or don't like him as a referee. I've got my personal opinions. You can search back through the videos to see what I think of David Coote as a referee, but I'm not getting into that. One thing, though, which I am going to say, and why it does make me uncomfortable, this. So, the wording, what he said in that video, is slap bang out of order. Nobody can deny that. Everybody can appreciate that, and appreciate that, why he's been firstly put under investigation. Secondly, why it looks like he's probably going to be removed, if not already. The second part, of course, is with regards to the drug taking, or the alleged drug taking, I should say. Like we say, it could be Daz. It might like washing powder, or it might be flour. Again, he might like putting flour up his nose. Again, it's allegedly. Nobody knows what that is. Nobody knows what these videos are. Only David Coote knows these videos. But one thing I will say, and this is a big, 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 big part, is the bear baiting on X, or should we call it Twitter, because that's what it is. Elon Musk's very nasty, horrible platform, which has been allowed open to all sorts of people, and people that can say what the hell they want under so many pseudonyms. I thought things were getting better, then it seems like Elon took it over and it's all got worse again. The thing is that I don't like the bear baiting, and and it makes me feel uncomfortable, because this is really a cry for help from David Coote. This man is somebody who quite obviously is naive. We don't know what's going on in his personal life. We don't know what, has affected him or made him do this. And therefore, it needs to be looked at by the PGMOL. They have a duty of care to this referee, like all their referees. They can't, and that is what makes me more uncomfortable than anything else about this whole story, is because I think it's a cry for help. I think it's something that people need to help. And, the potential threat of a third video, who knows if it's going to come to fruition? It could all be bollocks that has been put online. But if there is a third video, or a fourth video, or a fifth video, whoever is doing this needs to stop, because it is mental health. Do I need to remind people of, somebody like Gary Speed, who, of course, sadly, took his own life because of the mental health problems that he was having. Now, nobody knows the story. Again, only Gary will know the full story of that. And there is always this risk when there is this bear baiting in the mainstream media. This culture that we've got in this country is like, just kick somebody when they are down, kick somebody, vilify somebody, make somebody the villain, make somebody look enemy number one. David Coote, I'm sure, is not a bad man. I'm sure he probably doesn't mean what he said in that first video. I'm sure that Jürgen Klopp will probably shake his hands, if he saw him and say, no hard feelings. I know we had a disagreement. Let's move on. But the mainstream media has pushed this narrative and pushed it out there. And I know that I'm making a video, and I know I've called it something, which, is a little bit provocative. And the reason why I've done that is because I want you to watch this video, and I want you to hit the like, the subscribe, the bell button, all that bullshit. But why I have called it what I have is because I want you to watch the video to get a different perspective on things. This referee is probably going through something. Who knows what that could be? But it's none of normal people like my business. It's none of your business. It is something that the PGMOL need to help this referee with. Yes, I think, there is no way back. Yes, I know that football fans can be a horrible bunch, really, and will probably sing songs if he ever does come back onto a football field, which will greatly upset him and probably his family as well. But what needs to happen is there needs to be that duty of care. Somebody needs to help this referee instead of bringing it up on every single platform. So, for example, on X, it is subject number one at the moment. Yes, I've made a video about it, but I want to give a different perspective to what is going out there, which is just like, David Coote's bad, needs to be sacked. David Coote's bad, needs to be sacked. Yes, David Coote has probably been naive. Don't think he's bad. He's probably been naive. But what he needs more than anything else is he needs somebody to help him, and help him professionally, rather than this bear baiting of pointing the finger, saying this, that, and the other, which could result in something negative happening in the long run. I really hope it doesn't. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And, by all means, I thank you for watching this video. Like I say, hit the like, subscribe, and the bell button below, and I'll try and get round to replying to as many comments as possible. Thank you for joining us. See you in the next video.
The TalkSport Fan Network.
The ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.